I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 23, Volume 5, halfway through the season now. And I picked up this tape. I found it last week when I was doing that great tape that we had last week, which only had one side because it was blank on the other side. But we've got this one this week, and the best thing about this is, look, I had to get my magnifying glass out. I'm not sure how this well is going to work for you, but I can see it when you've got the magnifying. I don't know if that's magnifying properly for you, but we've got, I can see Moon Alert, I can see Racker or Backer, DM, Danger Mouse maybe, what's that, Key, something Key, then we got Wheelie, it's not focusing properly for you, Harrier, and Frankenstein on this, I think. Let's hope that we've got those things. But it looks like we've got one side. I don't know if there's anything on the other. I haven't actually checked it, so we'll check it when we get to the side, actually. We'll see if there's anything on the other side. But we have what I would call a 90 minutes of action ahead of us, because there's some good stuff on there. Moon Alert's particularly good. Frankenstein, I don't think I've played. I think that was by PSS, wasn't it? I think it came in a clamshell, that one. But anyway, let's get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so let's get out BASIC and load it to it. And this should be Moon Patrol. This was released by Ocean, and I think the cover was by Bob Wakeland. It was actually a really nice cover. It's based on Moon Patrol, so they didn't really stray very far away from the title of the game. But Moon Patrol, which I have on my channel, if you want to have a little look in the 20p Arcade Challenge, I did Moon Patrol, and it was pretty good. Moon Alert. There we go. It was pretty good. It's a pretty good sort of scrolling shooter with a moon buggy. Basically, you go across the surface. I mean, this one's quite nice because it's got the excellent Bob Wakeland cover, of course, and it's sort of, it's very much the moon buggy we think of when we think of Neil Armstrong sort of walking on the moon and other things. Did they have a moon buggy? I think they did have a moon buggy. A lot of words there, a lot of numbers, a lot of things going through my head. But yes, that one. So when they walked on the moon, they did that. At the moment, though, isn't it India who's really trying to land on the moon at the moment? The thing about India, have you watched India taking off with it, is that, you know, you get like NASA with its like high-tech sort of facilities that it's had for years and years and years, and you have a certain SpaceX and their sort of fairly high-tech thing, and then you get India, Space India, and it looks like a call centre from the 80s. It's not a stereotype, it's actually true. Have a little look, it's just hilarious, honestly. There's a woman going around with a tea trolley providing, afternoon refreshments. It's just ridiculous. It's meant to be a serious thing. It is actually no surprise, though, that they have regularly blown up, because there seems to be a level of not caring particularly about what they've done. Funnily enough, this kind of stems back to, and I do apologise because to certain people in advance who watched the movie on my advice and then went, it was rubbish. Right? Okay, each to their own, as they say. I quite liked it, but of course I also liked Ad Astra. So if you liked or 2001: A Space Odyssey, those kind of things where they become a bit existential by the end of it. There's a big word for today. But anyway, they become a bit existential. Spaceman, and in Spaceman, I think it's the somewhere Eastern European space agency that launches him into space, and his spacecraft is kind of I don't know. It's like a if you know what they are, it's like a Lada Riva or the old days of Skoda when they were a bit hit and miss whether or not they made it to their destination. Yeah, it's that kind of thing, that kind of ship. So yeah, you just felt like it was rusting and falling apart around him. And I'm not to spoil too much, but let's just say he gets rescued by the Japanese space agency, and their ship is all high tech and super clean and sensible and well built and whatever else it is, and it's just very much that. I think it's very much that. I wonder, you know that there's a comic book, one of my favourite comic books. I think it's one of the greatest comic books, one of the up there with comic books. I love comic books, but one of the ones up there by Warren Ellis, called The Ministry of Space. and it's glorious. It's a what if, a change. What if the British beat the Americans to the V2 rocket bombers in the Second World War? So the people who were making those bombs that flew into space, who basically became the science people that worked with NASA to build their space rockets. What if the British had beat them to it and we'd done it? And it's a beautiful sort of skit on the British philosophy at the time, about growth, expansion, the things that we seem to have lost right now. To be fair, as a country, we seem to have forgotten that we were. It's called Great Britain for a reason, So, but anyway, that includes, that's Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland. It's all of it. It's great. It was great anyway, but. The imagination here goes with the fact that the British go into space. But the thing about it is it's kitsch. It's very much 60s and 70s, maybe 50s style spaceships. Very much, style as a thing that fits into it. Something that again we've lost. If they bang up houses now, they're all the same. They really aren't different. I don't know how house builders can justify just building the same boxes over and over again. Now we're missing so many tricks, that we could be building. It's a bit like, have you played the game BioShock? I don't know if you have or not. BioShock, yes. BioShock. That kind of styling of the spaceships is very cool, actually. But. I'm not sure what the tune is, but anyway, but in BioShock they've got that sort of shaping and things like that. I mean, I just, as I say, I don't understand why people are just doing box houses. I mean, we're missing a trick. We should be making our houses heat and fuel efficient to begin with. You just shouldn't be able to buy a house that isn't heat and fuel efficient. And the thing is, it's led by legislation, that, rather than led by what's sensible. No house builder wants to build beyond the legislation, which is ridiculous. Because nothing gets built that is anything other than what meets the bare minimum standards. It's a shame, isn't it? Anyway, right, let's present it for instructions. It's by John Myers and Ken Farron. Front screen was by D. Thorpe, I think. Moon Alert. So Cap Shift X, right, Q, A is shoot. I'm going to do, is it B? B and V are the keys, left and right. Press P and L together to pause the game. And O and enter. Right, okay, space to start. Oh, it had current speech. So if you had the add-on, the little expansion thing that went on it, you could have current speech. Very cool. So what's this? V goes that way. Right, okay, I think I've got the keys. No. One. Right, here we go. There's our little... Oh, no. Boogie. That's us shooting. So this is our little buggy going across the surface. He has to jump up and down. He has to avoid all the stuff there. We get different sectors at the top of the screen in the middle there. You get your sector information about what you're doing. Go on, jump the whole thing. No, crashed. Yeah, you get your sector information at the top. It's sort of A to Z as you make your way through it. We're kind of escaping. We're in zone A right now. You get to go all the way back again when you die. I always thought this was really quite a good game. I always quite enjoyed it. Not one that I haven't enjoyed in the past. We did play it on the 20p Arcade Challenge. I quite enjoyed it on there as well. It's quite popular. It spawned many a remake, as they say. You know, there was many a game that was basically a clone of it, because they did that back in the day. We're into the B zone now. Nice. A little green thing at the top of the screen flashing. I assume that means no aliens incoming. So we'll do some jumping. Oh, we got aliens. Oh, they shoot, but they don't really do anything unless they're right above me. So let's shoot him. Missed him. Oh, how do I do up this? Can I do it? No, wheel. Right, okay. I wonder if I can just shoot. I wonder if I have to jump and shoot. Do you think I can jump and shoot? Yes, I can. So I would have to jump and shoot early on to get rid of it. So that's gonna be the challenge here. To jump and shoot. That's where I would have to be. Missed it. Didn't land properly. 1 life left. Quite like this one though. Pretty good one actually. Nice one for your collection as well because the cover is fantastic. Single dual. I have anyway. I don't know if there was another one. Don't think it got a re-release, but it's pretty good actually. I wonder what the speech is like though. Anybody ever try it with the speech? But the speech is brilliant on it. I like the graphics as well. I think it looks quite cool. Oh, just missed by 1 tyre there. Unbelievable. That was Moon Alert. That was brilliant. That was a great start. Not sure what we got next because that was sort of the... Look at that. Great screen as well. Do, 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 do. I should know the tune. I don't know if you know the tune. I'm listening to it quite hard there, trying to work out what it might be, but I just can't. I can't work it out in my head. It's been a while. They all kind of repeated a whole kind of. There was one of those things, wasn't it? I don't know whether it was. Do you think it was a music licensing thing? When do you think music licensing was worse back in the day? And that you could, because classical music for the most part is now copyright free, so you can busily play classical music for the most part. I'm assuming there's some things that aren't, but you can play, say, the 1812 overture or something like that, or Beethoven if you want to. You know, you can get your guitar out and play it on that, as we all do on the weekends when we're backer. That won't load. That'll need to be low code. I don't know what backer is. Low code. It sounds like something horse racing related. But yeah, you could do that. So I think that a lot of the games had that. I mean, Zip Zap was one of my favourites. Zip Zap has a Star Wars theme in it. Nobody got sued just yet. I don't know. Do you know something? I'm now kind of getting into got on the Star Wars thing. Do we do this now or do we do it later? Let's do it now. I've not watched The Acolyte. I don't think I want to watch The Acolyte. Everybody, a lot of the groups, the Facebook groups, are Star Wars ones that pop up, and a lot of things I listen to. Backer. Or is it for backing it up? Can you do load? How many blocks of data? I don't know, 1. Let's see what it does. Oh, maybe it loads blocks of data, then you can save them. What's it going to say now? DM. This is Danger Mouse. Yeah, so you would load that bit in. Oh, right, okay. I get it. Yes, it's a backing up program. It's a little hacking tool for backing up like the key. That's what it is. It's like that, so that you could do it. The key was the one I had. There was another one, wasn't there? Super Spy or something similar. I think there was another one. So Backer's the same sort of thing. I don't think I've ever seen Backer before. So I want anybody else that's seen. Is this one that I maybe need to Google and find out whether it's a missing in action? You know, actually, if it's a missing in action, it's a teeny little program, isn't it? It's a utility, isn't it? So let's have a quick Google and see if we can find it while we're at it. Backer. Oh no, it's fully there by Andrew Giles, 1983, utility for copying games. Perfect, yeah, that's fine. Yes. No screenshots for it. Somebody done a backup for it. No, nothing else to it, realistically. Nothing there, really. Nothing we haven't seen before, so that's fine. Where was I? So yes. So The Acolyte, I don't think I want to watch it. I think. Can they stop? Can we just write good stories instead of just, peddling a message about things that most people who read good stories aren't really interested in? I don't know why they're still doing it. I really don't. I'm bored with it. I really am. I'm bored with. I don't. No, I don't want to. I'm not going to. I don't know. How do you feel about this? How are you feeling about this? I mean, I love good stories. That's all I love. You know, Ministry of Space, fantastic story. Has a very what I would call gritty ending. As a result, it is a you might be slightly. It's thought-provoking as well as probably challenging nowadays. It's probably a 10-year-old comic now, maybe, or 12 years. You get currently on that's doing extremely well for Amazon Prime is the Boys, which is a adaptation of the comic book, which is shocking, and the media wants you to think it's shocking when realistically, if you've read the comic book, you know that the what you're watching on the telly is nothing in comparison to what was in the comic book. But that very same writer, Garth Ennis, one of my personal favourites, Garth Ennis is responsible for some of the some things that you wouldn't expect. He ran with some subtly beautiful stories, which were not only macho but had strong gay characters in it, without having to make it a thing. There were strong characters throughout their representation in the whole thing. This is the thing. I don't know. I mean, books come with warnings in them now. TV programs come with warnings that were written before a certain time. Even Mary Poppins comes with a warning message at the beginning of it. Because of the word, I think it's a cultural appropriation they've got in there. There's a little bit of there's that. I don't think it mattered when we watched it as kids. I don't think it upset us or offended us. Neither did Star Wars. Didn't upset us or offend us. The characters within it. I read a thing recently about Carrie Fisher and the Star Wars trilogy, the original and best Star Wars trilogy, the 4, 5, and 6 before he numbered it, because it was just Star Wars, by the way. It wasn't A New Hope. It was Star Wars when it first came out. Carrie Fisher demanded that she wore more womanly clothing or skimpier outfits. So this is why you get Slave Girl Princess Leia in The Return of the Jedi. You get that because she wanted to be more womanly as character. You know, not so many long dresses and outfits and all this kind of stuff. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You can ask for that. It wasn't George Lucas wanting that. It was Carrie Fisher asking for it. So it's one of those things, isn't it? It's so weird. Can we just have good stories, please? Strong female characters, because they don't exist in the current genre. They say that they don't exist. That's why they have to create them. But girl bosses, as they're called. You just need to look at Sigourney Weaver in Alien. A future where men and women are seen very equally within their roles, and you've got Sigourney Weaver as the pilot of the Nostromo, the hauling all of the mining stuff. Strong female character without the requirement to not make her female but make her man. But female. That's ridiculous. Honestly, stop it. And don't buy Star Wars Outcast. Whatever you do, do not resist it entirely. It's a bit like the Suicide Squad, which has been completely infected with the fact that you can't have a good story anymore. It has to be a message first, a story second, and that's what's coming. Don't do it. Buy indie all the time. Anyway, Danger Mouse. I've got coffee, by the way. I hope you've got a beverage. I'm just having a quick swig of it. I've got a massive sherbet fountain mug. It's very good. Barrett's sherbet fountain. Look at that. Look at this. Look at it's Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. He's amazing. I can't remember the rest of it. I used to love Danger Mouse. This is voiced by David Jason. That obviously played Del Boy. I'm sure that's now politically incorrect as well. But anyway, voiced by David Jason. He was Danger Mouse, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. He used to live in a post box, and he used to save the world on a regular basis. And this is Double Trouble. This particular one, I have no idea what it's about. I can't remember what it is. There's Baron Greenback, by the way, in the top left hand corner with his sluggy creature. I can't remember what it's called. He was basically Blofeld. He was very much a look at sort of the spies of the time. This is James Bond and other things. But yes, that's very much the case. But let's see if we can push a key so we can go back to the main menu. Got to wait for the menu demo to end, I think. Oh, right, there we go. Play easy for top ages. No, we're going to go with hard. I'm going to go with 9. No controls. Oh dear, what the controls are? Let's find out. I need to go up. It's got a creature for it. Oh, heck! Oh, grief! Oh, grief! There we go. Flown up. What's down? Oh, broke. I quit. Number 9. Let's see if we can find out the keys. That's part of the game, finding out the blooming keys. There's up and down. There's a duck in front of me. Dive. Dive, dive, dive. We're going for it. I'm winning, I think. Yeah, I'm on level 3 now. Oh, it's on automatic now. It's firing automatically. Injector selector. We're going to go for it. That's it, shooting automatically. Fire at will! Poor old Will. He doesn't deserve it. We've got a little Danger Mouse car that could fly, obviously, because why wouldn't your car fly? James Bond had a Lotus Esprit that could go underwater. I always thought that was amazing. I mean, why wouldn't you want a Lotus Esprit that went underwater? Danger Mouse was very much a Lotus Esprit as well. I'm pretty convinced of that. I don't know how we beat this, but... I'm going down. Baron Greenback, I think, has won this one. No, he hasn't. It's backed out level 1. Yeah, auto selector. Top agents only. Yes, go for it. Yes! Yes. I think we can only shoot certain ones looking at this. Oh, I'm in the jungle now. Alright. What are the keys? That's up and down. That's jump. Well, what's left and right? The hardest part is finding the blooming keys sometimes in these games. This is the joys though of what's on the tape. If you were oh, go on Penfold, let's go. One of the hardest things about these games was finding the keys that worked. Oh damn. The Android Danger Mouse has been released. Oh no, that's right, they were replacing him with the Android version. How horrendous that would be. Anyway, right, let's carry on. Let's see what else we got on the tape. It's a good tape actually thus far. I think this is the next one is that If something or other. We'll give it a try and see what it is. Very good tape thus far. We've got a couple of things loaded. We've had Moon Alert. We've had Backer. We've had Danger Mouse Double Trouble. I actually quite like that one. Is that the one that came in the alternative case? I think it did. I think they re-released with the alternative name. I think there's some big box versions of them as well, actually. Very popular back in the day. These things disappeared. You'd think that Danger Mouse would be able to make a reappearance nowadays. I mean, David Jason's still alive, isn't he? I think so. Oh, the key. Oh, so somebody's... That's what it was. I did think it was something similar. So this is the one I was just talking about. The break. Load it code. This is the first special copying program I had, which was also a copy of a copy. It came in a handwritten thing, and basically the key allowed you to load all the games to memory, and then you got to save it. And I just remember the loading screen. That's one of the big things for me, was remembering the loading screen. Key version 7, 1983, Key Soft. This is when they used to sell this kind of stuff, piracy stuff. Do you remember the Amiga had X-Copy? Do you remember X-Copy on the Amiga? I used to love X-Copy because you could see it loading it into memory, but you had to have a full megabyte of memory. You could see it loading the disc into memory, block by block, and then you could put it back again and put another disc in it and load block by block. I had a double disc drive on my Amiga, so I could literally write one disc to another without anything. And you basically put the tape in, you press the button, you load the game, as you would do normally, and then this allows you to save the game. So you press start on the tape, or you load the game in that you want, and then you press start on the tape. And that's how it worked. And then basically that's the end of it, and it says, right, is that done? You say, yeah, it's done, and then you load the game, and then you save the game back again. Thus you've got a really good copy on your own tape deck. So it was very clever as well. But yeah, I had an X-Copy on the Amiga. I never had the Atari ST. I'm sorry, Atari ST owners, if you had an ST, I do apologise. I went to an Amiga. My Amiga was an interesting one. My Amiga was a really second time running. My Amiga was my son just banging the door as he came in and making my wife jump, which is why there was a big ooh in the background. He just slammed the door. Made the whole house shake. He slammed the door so hard. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to check if he's in. You just stay there for a second. He has come in. It's fine. He just doesn't talk, so we don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I've forgotten what I was saying. Amigas. Yes, that's fine. I never had an Atari ST. I have got 2 of them now. I keep meaning to chip one of them with a new operating system, because I think I did miss out on the Atari ST and that at that point of view. I think it wasn't a bad machine realistically, especially when you get up to the STE, which is the enhanced version. So anyway, I went to the Amiga. My Amiga was mine was a swap. I swapped my Super Nintendo collection to a friend who wanted the Super Nintendo for his Amiga, and it was a good swap for me at the time because I needed a computer that I could actually word process on and actually print from. So that was the swap I had. So I used to have thousands of discs for my Amiga. I don't think many of them were anything other than special versions, but I had thousands of discs back in the day. And I rather liked my Amiga. I thought it was a lovely machine. The music was great. You got. I thought. Do you think to some extent that particular era when you had obviously the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, you had the Atari ST, and you had the Amiga, and you had some other sort. I think it was an edgy time on the Amiga. I think with all of its demos and its copying stuff and its slightly dodgy software. I think it was an edgy time there, because I mean there was games like what was it called? There was games like Persian Gulf Inferno and things like that. There was a bit of sort of that kind of stuff. There was some really edgy things. However, at the same time, I think it's a brilliant time, because I think this is where you got some of the developers that you've got nowadays. Team 17 specifically jumps to mind, who is still around today. I think still creating what I would call indie titles. Do you know what? I don't know whether they are the right model to describe for this. I know that they did suggest at one point that they were going to do some sort of live services games with a financial cost to it, and I think they backed off that kind of thing. There was something they did wasn't particularly good not too long ago. I can't remember exactly what it was. But at the same time, I think Team 17, who were responsible for some, fantastic games back in the day, Project X for one, that shoot 'em up, and I believe there's a new one being developed actually at the moment. But those games which really, really pushed the limit of the Amiga's hardware, and then were obviously transferred to the PC, and now they're a PC developer. They're still around. They're not big, they're not huge, but they're big enough that they're still around. I mean, these are the guys who did Worms and things like that. They're still here. They're still this is. I think this is the measure of your success. If you're still here, still producing games under the same title, many years later. I mean, to be fair, I tell you what, we haven't heard much from Rare recently. Remember, Rare was Ultimate Play the Game, which was Ashby Computer. Was it graphics or games? Somebody will correct me in the comments below. That was unlucky that this has failed to work. Timing on that was rubbish as well, because it just failed to load. Okay, hang on. I'm going to fast forward through to the next game, and then we'll load it off PlayZX. Right, it will definitely be on PlayZX. I'm sure it will be. I'm pretty sure it will be, because it's an all-time classic. Is Wheelie. And we had it last week, but we're going to have it again because I like it. Never got to the Ghost Rider though. Everybody was mentioning the Ghost Rider where you have to race him back, which is very nerve-wracking. But I've never got. I think I've only once or twice ever got to the Ghost Rider. I'm pretty rubbish at these things. Let's do new Wheelie. There's the microsphere version of it. Load it. There we go. Loading it. There we go. Right. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah. So I mean they're still around. I think this is the thing. I don't think what they did is they didn't. I don't think they grew beyond their sort of their programming base, I guess. Is that the word I want to describe it as, or the way to describe it? Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. I think they grew gently and still managed to continue selling games and using their name. I mean, these guys made Super Frog. Remember Super Frog? That was brilliant. Loved Super Frog. In fact, they made loads of great games. They spent a lot of time making really good games that were worth playing. And I think this is the thing. I think they've grown gently and organically with whatever community they've grown up around them. I mean, those of us who remember Team 17 back in the day will also probably know of games that they have done nowadays. I'm not entirely sure. I can think of one at the moment, but I mean, Alien Breed, New Modern Alien Breed, that was Team 17. They were responsible for that. Their games have popped up recently on the A500 Mini. They're going to crop up on. In fact, they've already cropped up on the Evercade. And another for sort of devices of the time. Anyway, I just wanted to while I'm thinking about Evercade, let's have a little digress a little bit from the usual sort of. Well, that's not the usual. It's always the usual. I'll digress a little bit, but the Evercade has released the Alpha. Have you seen this? So the Evercade Alpha is basically a small 8-inch screen arcade machine which comes in two flavours, one with a sort of standard sort of arcade kit and the second one which has the Sanwa parts, the more advanced parts in it. It allows you to put two cartridges in it, has a sort of start button that looks a bit like the coin slot, and it has one joystick, and if you get the deluxe version you get an additional joypad to connect into it, but you can use 0-point joypads for your other things. They're priced between, and UK wise, they're priced at I think £200 for the basic model and £250 for the more advanced, the bigger deluxe model. I'm a sucker for these things, so I have actually purchased them. So, but one comes with the Mega Man collection, one comes with the sort of Street Fighter collection on it, which is, I think, it's a good choice for an arcade joystick, to be honest with you. And you can play the existing games in it. I don't know what everybody else's thought is on this. I'm enjoying what Blaze is doing. I saw a moan the other day. I thought it was a bit unfounded, really. And you might say I'm a bit of a fanboy, but I am and I'm not. I'm a collector who loves collecting, and I love collecting compilations of games. And the Evercade allows me to collect the games without making a Raspberry Pi or a PC or loading up some kind of retro thing on my computer to play those games, because yes, you can do that, but the Evercade gives you a way to collect and effectively fund a company that has been very much heavily involved in retro since they did Atari control sort of units back in the day. I've got a lovely Blaze what's it called? retro handheld Atari one, which I got a long time ago. It's not the best, but they've got better with experience. But it allows you to fund that, and you also get what I would call the curated collections of games that you might not normally pick up. It's a bit like me playing What's on the Tape and going, that one was alright, that wasn't so good, and this one will take a little bit of learning. And you get these created collections, plus you get the cartridges that go with it, plus you get the hardware that goes with it, plus, you know, there's lots of things that go with it, and the prices aren't awful. You know, they are. It's gone up because of blooming pandemic and stupid cost of living in the UK, but the games come from range from £18 for multiple games on a unit. There's been very few that have been single games. The most are at least a double or many more. I've seen 30 games on some of them. I think those are the Atari ones. You've then got the sort of other games that you might not have had, and to be fair, they've now got the Giga collection where it's bigger games, so they've actually got Tomb Raider coming out soon this year, and I'll be honest, as a collector I quite like being able to collect something modern that's not going to cost me a fortune. Some of the games, for instance, on the Irem collection, for instance, the Sub one, I can't remember what it's called. Is it called Under the Sea or something like that? That game commands huge amounts of money for the PlayStation 1. In fact, you can buy that thing for 18 quid and put it in an Evercade, which costs between, I think, 80 and 120 for the Versus, which is the one you can use. Oh, the Versus cheaper. No, the Versus cheaper. Versus is 80 quid, which is the one you plug into your telly and get two controllers with. Or you can have the one that, the controller, the little handheld that you got for about 120 quid, and then you've got this big arcade machine, which comes with the screen itself and a proper joystick. And the point is that that collection itself, costs an absolute fortune. If you want to get it for the Neo Geo NES system, get out your wallets, win the lottery. That's the kind of money that you're going to require to get that working. So yeah, it's pretty horrendous. I can't remember what the keys are. So let's do the keys again. Yeah, Phantom Racing Bike. This row. Freeze, up, down, left, right. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so, again, same difference. We're trying to get through the crazy hedgehogs. I haven't got a code for the next level, which is a shame. So we're the motorcyclist here, and we're trying to find the Ghost Rider at the other end. No, not that Ghost Rider. However, Garth Ennis's version of Ghost Rider is phenomenal. Oh, too fast. That's a bit harsh to start off with, that we've got to jump. That's too short. There's a perfect speed for jumping over these things. They're procedurally generated, as they call them nowadays. No! Too fast. You gotta hit the accelerators. You hit the top of it. That's ridiculous. Let's try it again. Let's see if we get another better level this time round. No, I don't want to try it again. I haven't got a code. Right. Up we go. I think we'll go up. Go across the ice slowly. No accelerating or doing stupid things. There's some gas there and a bouncing hedgehog. Let's get the gas. We have to go down the way. It's a really weird game because it's like a platformer with a motorcycle. I guess that kind of works with the Trials HD thing, doesn't it? That kind of happened, didn't it? It's a game worth having. I see the price of Xbox 360 games are starting to skyrocket because, of course, they no longer, as of the end of July, I think it is, 24th of July, the 360 is no more with Microsoft. It's no longer supporting it. That's it. It's done. It's all over. No live connections anymore. Which is bound to happen, by the way. Eventually, they can't support it forever. Alright, I won't jump the bus then. I'll go another way. I always wondered whether or not... It's such a unique style of graphics on this. I ever wondered whether or not these single dots produced on the screen rather than writing to the whole screen sped up the performance of the game, and I suspect it does. So there's enough to do. Oh, sugar, I've got to go over it. That's a shame. I have to go over it. Unless I can go up here. No, I can't. I was hoping I could go up a different way, but no, I've got to go over a jump. It's really making me do this today, isn't it? I've gone too fast. Too fast and fell off. I'm rubbish at jumping these things. Everybody else any better than me at this. There we go. Done it perfectly there. Oh, some gas there. We'll get the gas. Never get to the Ghost Rider. I'm rubbish. It's a great game, though. I do wonder, though, whether or not this pixelated style of graphics is whether or not this is a major factor in the whole thing. Oh my god. Ice. If you go faster, it obviously fall off. Bouncing hedgehogs. There's bonus points there. If I wheelie near it, I can get it. Oh. Oh no! Bit of a blooming hedgehog try to get a wheelie in. I think I've lost me all my lives again as well. Yep, game over. I am pretty rubbish at wheelie. Sorry, peoples. Like to say I'm better at it, but I'm not. I'm rubbish. I'm rubbish at wheelie. Rubbish. Right, let's push the button. Let's see what we've got now. We had wheelie, a big thing that's wheelie. This could be Frankenstein now. I've got this somewhere up on the shelf. Quite handy. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can grab it. Wait a sec. You just stay there. I'm just going. Wait. Right, coming back. I'm on my way. Running all the way. Did I say Frankenstein? I hope it said Frankenstein. I didn't see it when I was doing it. Yeah, it was PSS, this one. An arcade horror for the ZX Spectrum. It's got, and it's, I can never read these things nowadays. I literally have a magnifying glass. You saw the magnifying glass earlier. Professor Enenstein's laboratory in his castle in the Black Forest. Time 1884. 50 screens. Got a timing and logic to do it. Except this is Harrier. Forget that. We'll look at Frankenstein when we get to Frankenstein. Harrier by the company Durrell, who still exists to this day. They make tax software nowadays. How sad is that? You go from making Turbo Esprit, the game that literally inspired the very first Grand Theft Autos, so the top down ones. That's what inspired. It was that good that inspired the people of Rockstar to make that first game. DMA Designs at the time it was, and inspired them to do that. And the people who made it now make software like that. So sad. They could have been a contender. Yes, it could have been. Okay, the Durrell software version of it is only a minute to load. Let's do this one. This is going to be cool. Minute to load. You ready? Boom. Must have been maybe the re-release there. 16K this one. I rather liked Harrier. I think we did quite well last time I played this. I think I did anyway. I can't remember. It's even got a loading screen. How ridiculous is that? Fastest loading game I've ever seen on the Spectrum, though. To this day, still believe it is. And you guys can tell me I'm wrong. Eric and the Floaters from Hudson Software. Just loads like an absolute rocket. It's like so fast. I'm trying to look behind me and see if I can see it. I can't see it. Oh yes, I can. I can see it. We might yet do that at the end of this tape. But Eric and the Floaters, fastest thing you've ever seen. It's like a rocket. The game is unbelievably fast to load. I mean, is it the fastest one? I have no idea, but I've got to ask you that, whether or not you've seen anything load as fast as Eric and the Floaters. It's just so quick. I assume it's a 16K game, but it's just wow. It's like on the screen in seconds. It doesn't even do any of this loading. I wonder who... Oh, it's Hudson Software, didn't I? I said who wrote it. Another company that does no longer exists. They're the ones who made Bomberman back in the day. And the arcade version of it, which was awesome. Because you could play against friends as well, if you wanted to. Some fantastic things back in the day. So many good things. So many good things. Let's push that button. Skill level 1 to 5. I always loved that fact that it had a skill level thing on it of 1 to 5. Right, okay. 1. I think I have to lift off with... I think the cursor keys. Yeah, they are. That's right. That's bomb. Up, down. Speedy up, slow down. Bomb. Yes, got one. There we go. Okay. Oh, I've ejected. I didn't know that was eject. That's the brake key, by the way. You can eject with the brake key. I didn't realise that. I ejected out the back of the ship. So, that's the bomb. Oh, blew up my own ship. Brilliant. That means I can't land on it. And there's missiles. Let's get in land. Quick. You're flying at supersonic speeds. I've just ejected again. I pushed the wrong blooming button. Idiot. Stop pushing the wrong button. You can't have that's not even a high score, that. I didn't even get a score. Right, let's go. Supersonic speeds. Here we go. Let's see if I can shoot a boat in the face. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, boat. Yeah, it's more difficult to shoot it right in the face. That's hard, actually. That's one more go. One more go. That's what I always say. One more go. And we're going for it. That's the bomb button for it. Right, I've got plenty of bombs. Plenty of bombs. Plenty of bombs, plenty of rockets. Okay, let's hit land. Remember this on the Amstrad CPC, they gave it away free. Which I thought was always quite nice of them to give it away free. I always thought it was quite nice to give away £100 worth of software. I thought it was rather nice, that. I've blown up again, I'm blooming useless. Got a good score though. Highest score there now. I think you can save the scores on this game as well. I think it's one of those things. Oh. Yes. I think you could. I think you can save them. I can't remember though. One of those things you can't. We're halfway through the tape. We're doing quite nicely here. We've had some good loaders. We've had some bad loaders. But it's always worth playing. Let's give it a try. Let's see what this is. Frank. So this will be the Frankenstein I was talking about earlier. The one that I said that was on this tape. Yeah, this is the arcade horror one. Dr. F.N. Stein. Frankenstein. I wonder what the keys are. Let's see what the keys are. I thought they'd be written on the cover. They're not. I'm probably missing the instructions, to be honest with you. These are. The problem is, I hate to see things getting binned. People just leaving them and things like that. No, they're on the back. They're on the back. ZX space to activate. When on over a spring, press space to make you jump. Cool. To load, follow the instructions up. It's chapter 20 of your ZX Spectrum manual. Jeez, for a minute there I thought that was a finger, the part 3 there. You got a head, arm, and it must be a leg. Crumbs, that's a big part. It's a huge leg. I thought it was a finger, actually. I thought it got a large finger there. I was like, wow. Not going to be able to make a very good Frankenstein out of those 3 parts, though. The 4 parts. They're a bit crap, aren't they? And you got a dodgy-looking head, 1 arm, and a part of a leg with no foot on it. It's not going to make for much of a Frankenstein, or monster, should I say? Because of course Frankenstein was the name of the doctor, not the monster. That's the monster, Frankenstein's monster. Remember Monster Squad, the movie? It was like Dracula and Frankenstein and the Wolfman and all that kind of stuff. That's totally inappropriate nowadays, because it contains language that was not seen as inappropriate back then. It's not to say it's right or wrong, but that's another one. Oh, I'm on a right old roll on these today. I must stop. Let's just concentrate on the specky stuff. I'm on a blooming roll with it. I think it just annoyed me that as a Star Wars fan, things not, and I just continue to go the same way. Why can't we write good stories? I recommend, if you do write stories, or you are, and you are a writer or something similar, you feel one day a move to write what you want to write. Don't write what you think needs to be written for the masses. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope you don't go to publishers and they go, well, we can't do this because you suggested back in the 80s that this was a thing. I hope that's not the case. It's also cancel culture, by the way. That one's a really weird one. Cancel culture is actually more far left than it is far right, because it's more likely to be cancelled by people who are more offended than other things. Not suggesting the far right are anyway correct. I'm just suggesting it's a more of a far left thing that cancel culture comes from. It's very weird. Very weird. Too many places for people to put stuff. I always thought the age of information would be the age of enlightenment. Clearly isn't. We've got all the information at our fingertips. Nobody wants to look it up and find out whether it's true or not. They just repost it on the social media. Oh, there you go. The moon landings were faked because look at the lighting angles. Says nobody who's ever been to the moon. I always like that one. That's one of my favourite conspiracy theories. The moon landing was faked. As a kid, I used to stay up. Wasn't old enough to see the moon landing, to be fair. But I used to watch the NASA landing space shuttles. I remember seeing the very first space shuttle, the first reusable space shuttle one, obviously the plane type ones, being used and being landed, and staying up in the middle of the night to watch that landing. And it was a big thing back then. I remember quite enjoying that. That was a hell of a thing to see a space shuttle being flown in and landed, and they couldn't come out though, if I remember rightly. It was like they had to wait an hour or so because the heat shields around the thing were so hot that they had to kind of stay put for a bit before they were allowed back on the Earth. I think we've seen this before, by the way. I think this has been appeared on the channel before, so we'll give it a try. Oh, looks nice to see that the keys are on the screen as well. Right, quick drink of coffee, and then we're going to give it a go. Frankenstein. Coffee is the best. Space to activate. Right, S to start. Yeah, I think we have seen this before. This is a very weird one. So I'm picking up a part of his head. Yeah, I don't jump. This is to obviously activate him. Can't activate him because I haven't picked up all his parts. His parts are around the level. Alright, so I have to fall down on here. There's a part of his body, you see, there we go, look at that. Little bits of Frankenstein. Sugar. Quite neat, actually. I quite like it. I think I'm going to have to go this way first, though. I think I need to... How am I going to get past this snake? Do you go all the way, snake? Go all the way? Yes. Damn, it got me in the heels. This is interesting. Where are we? Where are we at with this? Okay, that's no good. What's this thing do? Electrifies me. Okay. Thing at the bottom's coming really fast. It's quite hard, this. There's 50 screens of it as well. Right, I'm going to go this way. I can't pick that up yet. I'm going to get zapped now. But this will allow me to jump up to this one, I think. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this to get to me. And then bounce back. Alright, okay, I'm going to go up here. I think I have to get them in order as well, the parts, which is even worse. Because there's loads of parts here. There's like bits and pieces here. Quick. Oh, God, I didn't know how to get down there. I'm going to try that again. I really like that. Right, so I think I have to go this way. And then I think I have to go that way. I think I could have stood in the corner, by the way. I think he doesn't go in the corner. Right, okay. And then this, I think, will let me slide down if I go near it. Yes! There's the corner thing so I can jump up when he comes past. Yes, he does go into the corner, so that would have been bad. Right, I think I can jump on this next one to get this part here. So let's... That's it, yeah, you have to get him in order. Let's go this way. I've got that one. No, sugar. Sugar! Dead. I think I've got this, though. I think I've got this now. I'm going to let that snake go that way. I'm going to go grab this part here. Oh, no, I have to get this leg over here first. Damn. Ah, this is going to be problematic. Quick. Can I get there fast enough to jump up here? It's annoying you have to do it in specific order. But I kind of understand that. If you're building a human being, I suppose it makes sense to be building the right parts at the right time. Got that one. Right, okay, excellent. So, I just need to get the last part, and then I guess I have to push the button to get the thing to work. So, need to go this way. Wait for this one to go up. It's quite good, actually. Like this one. Frankenstein. PSS software. Comes in clamshell. Very nice. Yep, I'm going to recommend this one. I'm going to make it to the second level the first time ever. Look at this. Builds my monster. We did the monster mash. Oh, look, we're doing the monster mash here. What's that do? Oh, sugar. I think I've got to get to my monster at the top and dismantle him before he becomes a creature of havoc. I think I've died though. Oh, it's randomised as well. Oh, even worse. Shit. That went all the way up to the next level. That's really good. Recommend that one. Definitely. It was a lot of fun. That was quite a surprise, that one. Okay, I kind of like that. And to be fair though, I think my favourite Frankenstein movie Because there'd been a few remakes, haven't there? Back in the 2000s, they attempted that. Who appeared in one of those? I think it was Tom Jane, who then later on played the Punisher later. I'm sure he was a Frankenstein. The one with Gene Wilder, I'm not sure if that's Frankenstein's. I'm not sure that was actually called Frankenstein. That was a comedy. That was probably one of my favourite ones. I suppose if you got another Frankenstein creature, you're gonna have to go with the Rocky Horror Show, aren't you? With I can't remember what they called him. It was like the monster, wasn't he, or whatever else it was. I can't remember his name, whatever it was. But he wasn't. He was a very attractive young man who made Susan Sarandon's heart flutter. Yeah, that was the one. I remember that one. Can't remember his name. She was Brad. She was Brad. He was Brad, and she was. Can't remember who she was. Brenda. My wife thinks it's Brenda. Brad and Brenda. Very old-fashioned names. Right, let's see if we can get this to load in the other tape deck. This is not having it right now. I'm not even sure what it is actually. This is the next game on Frankenstein, and it doesn't say entirely what it is. It's like scrubbed out. So this could be one of those. I'm not going to load things, but we'll give it a try and see what we can get going. Okay. Popping in the tape. Pressing the play on there. Pressing the play on there. Let's see whether a little bit more volume helps. No, there's a little. Did you hear the reverb on that? There's like a little reverb. It's always a bad sign, that. Come on. Yeah, you hear it. There's like a backwards echo on it. I'm adjusting all the volumes here. There's no point in touching the old Azimuth. Well, that's not going to happen. Let's put it back in the tape deck and fast forward to see if we get anything else out of it. We may have a lot in there. To be fair though, I'm only halfway through the tape, so I can smell specky goodness on this. Oh, it's a very dull sounding. There's a very a bit of going on. Love a bit of Spectrum goodness. 30 or 40 years old, some of these tapes at this point. Well, 40 years old? Yeah, it could be 40 years old in some of these cases. If you go back to 1984, it would be 30 years old. 40 years old, sorry. 40 years old. Bloody hell. Where did the time go? 40-year-old tapes, and we still get them to load. It's quite an amazing feat, this, more than anything else. There we go. It's got space now. Is it just air, though? That's very quiet. It usually means it's been not taped over. Okay, let's fast forward. Oh! I spoke too soon. I could tell you I could smell Spectrum goodness on it. Some specky goodness. Here we go. Something here. There it is. Come on. Nope. No, you're definitely going to load. Let's see what this is. See what this is. Popped it on the other tape deck. Get a bit of volume up on it. Push the button. Let's see whether or not it works. No. Oh, there's a reverb on it. I can hear it. It's like reverberating. Turn the volume up. No, it's there again in the background. I can hear it. No. It's amazing that it was just sound that this bit was based on. Modulated signals, sound recordings. That this is what your Spectrum, your Commodore, your Amstrad, they all ran on this technology. This is what they ran on. This is how we loaded stuff. That and discs. I mean, but the thing is, if you had discs, God, you were loaded. You were a rich, rich person when you had discs. That's the Amiga was like such a fresh air with 800k on a disc. Amazing. We used to cheat with double density discs. You know how the disc, your floppy drive used to recognise that it was double density. There was a hole on the other side, so the hole was filled. There was the hole that was the locking and on and off, which it had, which was a little clip up and down. But there was a hole on the other side. If you drilled a hole in the other side, small one, you didn't take, to be fair, by drilled, you could gouge it out with a screwdriver or whatever else is. Gouged the hole out the other side. As long as it could see through that, it thought it was 1.4 megabyte disc instead of a 720 on a PC. Isn't that funny? It weren't very stable though. The difference between the two, but it would format it as a 1.4. Saved us a fortune, that, by the way. Used to do that all the time. Get 1.4s. Get 720s. Put a hole on the other side. 1.4. Simple technology for simple times. This is looking bad. There's silence here. That could have been it. That could have been it. There's so much tape as well. I'm just going to fast forward now. No, nothing there. I wonder if there's something on the other side though. So we'll fast forward this. Yeah, definitely nothing on there. In fact, we'll take it out. We'll rewind it. And we'll see. Well, in fact, no. What we'll do is play now. Oh, it's a blank second side. How? That's really not uncommon, but at the same time, it doesn't happen that often on What's on the Tape. No, there is nothing on the other side. It is also blank. So the same person who did the previous one made this side blank. I think, as it said. Well, that's cracking though. I really enjoyed that. I'll tell you what what we're doing though is I want to show you. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to show you if you stay put. I'm going to show you how fast Eric and the Floaters loads. Hang on. 1 second. I'm just grabbing it. Getting up now. Trying to pull the whole shelf off. Here we go. Got it. Eric and the Floaters by Hudson Software. One of the fastest loading games I have ever known. Okay, you ready? 16K game. Eric and the Floaters. Hidden beneath the rubble of the brick lanes are remains of civilization. Eric hopes to find them by blasting the rubble away with his bombs. But they've got dangerous floaters in there, because I know about floaters. Here we go. Ready? This is so quick. Eric. LJ. WX. LJ, WX, and shift or space to play spam. Right. Okay. Eric and the Floaters, one of the quickest loading games I've known. He says, and it seems like longer than it was back in the day. Alright, maybe more than a few seconds. I don't remember it being quicker than this. Pretty convinced it was quicker than this back in the day. Eric and Floaters based on Bomberman, or what would become Bomberman eventually. Great game. Fantastic game, in fact. There you go, loaded. That is still pretty quick, though, if you ask me. That's a pretty quick load. I don't think there's many games that are as quick as that to load, and then you get this great, fantastic game that comes out of it. So let's get the keys. Right, okay, let's play. K for keyboard. So this is just Eric. We just need to blast away these. I'll move out the way, Eric. Got the balloon. Now I just need to find the exit. Oh, that's it. It's dead. Extra bonuses for killing them all. forgot you just have to kill them all. I thought you had to find an exit like you do in Bomberman, but you don't have to find an exit. You just have to blow up these balloon bubbles. There we go. One down. And he's down. Done. Stage 2. Very random. 16k. Beautiful game. Fantastic. Well worth playing. Well worth owning a copy. I don't think it's cheap though. I think this is one of these that's not cheap. I think there are extra things to find in these places as well. Like treasure. There's some treasure. So there's worth blowing the walls up for those kind of things. And then... and extra bombs have obviously been given to me because I've picked up that treasure. There we go. Got him. Great game. Great game. Well worth playing. Loads of score. Oh, Mortmac Draken. Automatic bomb stage where I keep dropping it. My little head just fell off, look. Crumbs, that's bad. Got him. Automatic bomb stage. Still got one Eric left. Oh, brilliant game. Well worth playing. Oh, he's got me. My head falls off as well when I get killed by a floater. Yeah, good game though, isn't it? How good's that? That was brilliant. Anyway, I've been your host, Real G8 Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week. And we'll have Volume 6. How about that then? I'll see you soon. Bye now.